Anyway, podcast back for another episode. Friday, baby. We made it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We did.
They said it couldn't be done.
Someone did.
That was me crying in the shower earlier.
Proved your ass wrong.
But we're here. We survived it. And we've got a whole bevy of conversations to have together, starting off with the breathtaking apology from Justin Timberlake earlier today.
Well, apologies all around. We'll see.
Yes.
I didn't watch it. I didn't see it.
Oh, don't you worry. We got it for the people, Frank. For you and the people, we got it.
All right. I'm here.
Stick around for that. Dave Grohl's got a porn friend that we have to look into.
A friend who's in porn or
Correct.
Or just a friend who just really likes porn?
Friend who's in porn.
Okay.
Who people are speculating about now that he's got another baby mama. Laura Loomer versus Marjorie Taylor Greene, and what might be the most interesting topic of the day in the
This is a weird one.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Poolside clipping. We'll dive into that etiquette conversation, and we got a game time, my friend. That is from start to finish, pod-tastic. How you doing, big dog?
Doing good. Doing good.
We rap a lot before the show. This time, nothing.
I jumped right in.
I know. I love it. Love it. Friday.
Cut the BS.
Let's get it. Let's get to it. Let's get on it. I'm just gonna hit a bunch of comments here. I don't know. Everybody.
Look at you go.
Will is so positive. I always love Will's positivity.
He does have a good outlook.
I mean, I feel bad saying that because everybody's positive and happy to see us, which I love. But
Lots
Will
of
is especially.
Yeah, Will's always positive, which is great.
You think we're in the emoji era?
I think we were in the emoji era a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually I'm the one that's behind and stuff, but we've been in the emoji era.
I say that because I feel like now I don't know if I go an hour without using a couple of emojis in text conversations and emails. I feel like I'm emojiing all over the place these days.
They're fun little gizmos.
It is fun. Yeah. Especially when you're writing and you go popcorn and then the phone shows you a little picture like this and you're like, yes, picture. And then it replaces the word with the picture. It's just so nice.
It's such a weird thing though. You type and it comes up with the picture and you're like, yeah, the picture would be better than the word.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It is so true.
But I took all the time to spell it out.
I know. You did all the hard work already.
Yeah.
It's weird. Speaking of weird, Justin Timberlake put a apology out today. This was very strange. So obviously, Frank, for the people who don't know, Frank and I both live on Long Island, kind of on opposite ends. I'm on the eastern side, all the way scrunched over. He's closer to the New York City side. And so whenever anything happens, like whenever Alec Baldwin has a loose bowel movement, like everybody knows out here. Like there's texts, there's a Alec Baldwin diarrhea group.
Speaking of Alec Baldwin's loose diarrhea movements, is his show coming out?
Oh, that TLC, I got 19 kids. Yeah,
right?
where is
a reality show of some kind? I guess they're filming it. I don't know when it's coming out.
Maybe, yeah. That was a strange announcement. Remember, because that was around the time he was in trouble, and
yeah,
like I
wonder if it'll feature any of that stuff in it. The Rust trial stuff.
On a special episode, season premiere, Alec Baldwin on trial for his life. He's crying and looking down. They're gonna do all that stupid shit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so. They gotta do that. Well, the big thing now in the reality world is the Mormon women who all fuck each other's husbands, and then somebody got mad.
Is that right?
Yeah. What is that? I don't know. Yeah, Cuddles was telling me about this. It was a big TikTok movement where like all the Mormon TikTok wives got big on TikTok, and then it was discovered. You correct me if I'm getting this wrong. They discovered that they were all blowing each other's husbands. Yeah, okay. Nobody vagina holes. Vagina is not allowed.
What? Oh.
penis in mouth. We probably shouldn't do this in the first 5 minutes.
What the hell are we talking about?
It was this TikTok, all the moms, and then they're swinging with each other, and then one girl went off and banged the other one's husband, and then it all went crazy. But now all of a sudden they have a show on Hulu. Now they got a Hulu show.
All right. Hey,
So everybody's like, come watch the Hulu show. But
are
there's
you
no
watching? You gonna jump in?
Is there nudity on the Hulu show? No. When that series gets to Pornhub, then I'll tune in. That's when I'll pick it up. Yeah, that's when I'm going to have some interest in it. But until then, no.
No, okay.
No, none whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the actual story of the whole thing.
No, and I'm still fascinated by how a group, because I think about our group of friends and the thought of any of that, I can't even think about it. Like I can't even fathom, because you all disgusted me so much, and just the idea that they could do that and then go apple picking. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either.
I don't get it either. But hey, everybody. I mean, it's probably they probably weren't all friends before. It probably is like
no. I think they were friends before. Weren't they friends for like a long time?
Oh, I thought it was like
they grew up together.
Oh, I thought it was like husband and wife, and then they went out and met the next person, and then they met the next person.
Yeah,
to join the marriage.
But didn't you feel the same way about dating? Like I never like when I was single, I never wanted to date like the people that were in the group. I always went outside. I tried to at least go out. I mean, sometimes that got into the friends group. You know, you started dating somebody, then they got in the friends group, but it was never the other way around. I always wanted to be apart from all that shit.
Right.
You know,
because otherwise, like if something goes wrong, now the whole friends group is compromised.
Now the whole thing is wrong. It's the same thing. Like I never dated anybody I worked with ever. I would never want to be like seeing that person every day if it doesn't go right, or you have a big fight, then 15 minutes later you're like, well, do you have the TPS report? No, I don't have the fucking TPS. You know, it's like, who wants to deal with that shit?
Not you or I.
Fuck no. Far too lazy for it. Anyway, I don't know how we got on this, but Justin
Timberlake apologized.
So my feed just starts blowing up this morning. Justin Timberlake's in Sag Harbor again. He's in Sag Harbor. But I was like, all right, I guess he's got his court date today. He did, and he wound up settling for far less than driving while intoxicated. In fact, his dickhead lawyer went and had a press conference, and he was like, we told you he wasn't drunk. In fact, he had one drink, and they dropped this part of it. They dropped, like, I can imagine the judge in the back being like, I should fucking take this guy and put him in jail. Because I'm sure how it all worked was he shows up, promises to make a statement so that the village and the community can save face on all of this, as long as he just plays nice and goes the hell away, you know, in exchange for, then we won't put you in jail, you know? Because that's
being a celebrity.
Nice being a celebrity, isn't it? Because that's the deal he got. He got his license is suspended in the state of New York for 90 days, and that's it. He had to pay a $500 fine.
Oh, easy now.
Yeah, he had a $500 fine to pay, and that was but he had to make a public. Oh, he's got to do community service, which I would love to see him. There's a beautiful waterfront park in Sag Harbor. I would love to see him over there picking up some trash.
You're gonna be poking with the stick with the nail on the end of it,
and the vest. Doing that? The fucking vest and the whole thing. You were right, Justin.
They're not gonna have him doing that. They're gonna probably have him visit some people in the hospital or something, doing celebrity things.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there is a hospital close by. That would be nice.
So are we going to hear the apology, or is it the?
Yeah, I'm going to play it for you, but I feel like I got to give everybody the I got to set the table a little bit on that he went through and made this plea deal and all that stuff, and then he goes out and does the apology, so it was like blowing up all over my feed because people were like, "Oh, ABC is here, NBC is here, CB." Like people are taking pictures of the media. Then it's Entertainment Tonight and TMZ, and then before you know it, there's literally like a whole Mike gaggle set up for like a full-blown press conference. And I'm like, oh, I guess he's going to be making a statement or something. Like, this is crazy. And then you go and find out that that was part of the deal. That part of the deal was he needed to make this public apology.
Right.
So we'll share the public apology with you. And I'm going to say this.
Is it good? Go ahead.
I'm going to say this about Justin Timberlake's public apology. It is 3 minutes. And what's interesting about this whole scenario with Justin Timberlake, he drove a car drunk. He didn't kill anybody, but 3 people died of boredom during the apology alone. So,
oh boy,
it's really.
Let me guess. He gets up there and goes, "If you see someone at the side of the road, it's gonna be me."
You see someone in the park picking up trash with a vest.
It's gonna be me. Just walk. Just keep walking and go bye, bye, bye. Right. I don't know the rest of the songs, but there's probably more jokes in there.
Yeah, it's probably a lot. Here's ABC News. Thanks for the clip. Justin Timberlake outside of Sag Harbor.
So I don't know how many of you were in the courtroom and heard what I had to say in the courtroom, but I'll reiterate that and say this to you. Many of you have probably been covering me for a lot of my life. And as you may know, I try to hold myself to a very high standard for myself. And this was not that. This was not that. I found myself in a position where I could have made it.
What happened?
But I've had some time to reflect on that. And I also understand.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. Most of you have covered me most of my life. You know, I go to a high standard. This is not that. This isn't the high standard that. And
but I thought he didn't do anything. Did he maintain his innocence?
If you were in the courtroom, for those of you who were in the courtroom, and I'm going to say what I said in the courtroom, outside of the courtroom here.
Justin, sing a song for us, Justin.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Okay. For those of you who weren't in the court, no, we weren't in the court. It's a fucking camera, you asshole. Like, I mean, wait, but let me know when you hear the apology in the 3-minute apology.
Stand by. You know,
well, was it supposed to be an apology?
Yes, he was supposed to show sorry, like that he was sorry that he made a mistake. He was supposed, because again, when you and I know people are going to complain, and rightfully so, like the celebrities get treated a certain way, whatever. But he needs to be made an example. Like, he's got to be a positive impact. This is funny to you and I, but there's some like 17-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid, whatever, who knows about him or kind of who's looking at this as an example, believe it or not, and how he is treated. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to, it's nice to have him be a part of an example. It was a good part of on the part of the judge to do that.
Okay, so he pled guilty. He took a plea deal.
He took the plea deal.
Okay,
platform.
So that's good.
Yeah.
You have a platform. We share that platform.
Oh wait, so I have to go back. I'm sorry, Frank. This is one of my favorite parts.
I also understand by.
Here, watch.
The fact that all of you are here, that I have a platform, you have a platform. We share that platform.
I think if I can change, and you can change, then we can change.
We need someone translating it in Russian.
Yeah. He apologized for, he's trying to apologize for the drunk driving thing. Didn't apologize for wearing his grandmother's pearl necklace, though. And I wish I would have gotten that apology.
Hey, listen, I was going to, there it is.
Why are you wearing, wearing pearls?
I don't know, but it looks like his head's on backwards. Am I wrong?
Everything looks backwards to me in this.
Like, that looks like his back. I don't know why.
He's wearing a sweater over a t-shirt with pearls, and he's wearing douchebag sunglasses, and I hate the whole fucking thing.
I think that's a candy necklace.
It might be. I could forgive a candy necklace, but can I tell you what aggravates me more than anything? It's not the pearls so much as it's 2 rows of pearls. There's a lot of pearls. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, listen, you're gonna wear pearls. You're gonna wear pearls. You know, let the guy wear pearls.
I just don't think you should wear pearls to your drunk driving court case.
What would you wear? A suit?
A tasteful blazer.
Like a jerk?
Yeah. Yeah.
Say to everyone watching and listening, even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. There's so many alternatives.
So
What the hell was that?
yeah, I don't know. Don't. So basically, there's
Someone
his.
passed out.
That was the first guy who died. This is boring. Yeah. If you have one drink, don't get behind the wheel is basically his statement. It's like, thanks a lot, dickhead. You know, and I could stop it here, but well, we don't know what to do, right? We have to listen to see what you do if you have that one drink, because
I mean,
how else would we function if we
wouldn't
didn't know?
otherwise?
Yeah, we couldn't. I mean, I could guess. You know,
Ride a bike?
maybe I don't know.
Hop on a zebra? I don't know what to do.
You draw a hippo and then you get on that and ride it. I saw that in a movie with a purple crayon.
It worked pretty well for them.
Yeah, seemed to work
Call a
there.
See
friend.
what the problem is.
Take an Uber. There's many travel apps. Still, take a taxi.
That was my favorite part.
Take a taxi.
Did you notice that there was a bus that went by and he got a little annoyed and threw a look? Wait, look.
Still, take a taxi.
He's like pissed off at the fucking bus.
I'm trying to speak here.
Yeah,
This is a mistake that I made.
He could have just said take a
But I'm
bus
hoping-
too.
right.
He could have worked that in.
Could have gotten
Take
on
a
that bus.
bus. There it is.
Who knew there was public
whoever's
transportation in
watching-
a place where every home is at minimal $17 million?
Right.
And listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have. And like I said, even one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. I also said this in the courtroom before, but I grew up in a small town, so I can appreciate and understand the strain or unique nature that this must have been on the people of Sag Harbor. But I just want to say to everyone who's been involved, from everyone in the courtroom to everyone outside, including the police department, that I'm very grateful, and
Oh, I thought it was
I thank them. And I guess in closing, I'd like to say we can all be more safe out there. And I'm going to do my part. I hope that everyone else does their part. And thank you very much.
All right.
That
He didn't
was
say the words. He didn't say the words. I'm sorry, but I
I'm
learned
sorry.
a lesson. Don't do this.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, he said he mentions the town, and instead of being like, "I'm sorry, I turned your town into a circus," he goes, "I'm grateful." The fuck, you know,
I
like,
don't know.
"I'm sorry" with the words we were looking. Like, I wish somebody could have. I wish we could have been there, Frank, to have that moment where he finishes up, and we just give him a little wrong.
You're like, yeah, no.
I'm sorry were the words we were looking for. That was
I'm sorry for the table, please. Just spin them right around and go, nope.
Yeah.
Go right back.
we checked the card, and we were just looking for an apology. You didn't seem to get to it the entire
Yeah,
time.
he could have saved us 3 minutes. Apologize for that, too. Throw
Turn
that
it
up
around.
there.
Get back up there.
Apologize for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I want an apology for the apology, and I'd like it to include a suit and not fucking a granny sweater and pearls. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally looked like he knocked over a granny. Or there's a grandma in Sag Harbor missing a sweater and her pearls and her sunglasses.
It's not
Okay.
nice.
That's what happened. He bumped her out of the way, took all her shit, and went up there and apologized.
I don't know about you, but I can go for some Wendy's right now.
I know, getting a free ad, those sons of bitches.
Bastards.
So anyway, yeah, it was the most boring. And like, I'm grateful. And in closing, thank you. Like, Trump gives more coherent speeches at this point than fucking Justin Timberlake.
I don't know about that. But he was very, like, he did say, I learned a lesson. And, you know, he didn't say the words, I'm sorry. which
Right
we
after
all
this,
wanted to hear.
right after Justin Timberlake's apology in Sag Harbor, he goes, "They're eating your cats and dogs in East Hampton. I know it."
One person who knows a person who knows a person who knows a person said that's what was happening. So it's got to be true.
Wait, you want to laugh? So they found a woman. They found a woman in Ohio who live streamed eating a cat. Some woman calls the police and goes, "My cousin is live streaming herself." She's crazy. She was obviously crazy and out of her mind. I get that was on August 16th. So I get, by the way, not a Haitian immigrant. I gather that's where maybe this is all coming from, but I don't know. But because one mentally sick person goes off on a LSD bender one day and needs to choose a cat a little bit, does not necessarily mean that immigrants are eating pets.
Yeah.
So not to defend Donald Trump, it did happen, or something to the nature did happen, but again, not enough to pull it into a presidential debate stage.
And it's more of a local problem of one person than Haitian immigrants are moving into this country and eating your pets. They're eating cats, they're eating dogs, they're eating geese.
Right.
You lunatic.
That'd be like me saying there's a gravity issue on planet Earth because every single one of my elderly neighbors keeps going outside and falling in front of their property. I feel like every day I'm fucking picking up a new old person off the floor over here.
Is that what happens?
It's what's happening. Yeah, it's an epidemic over here.
Oh, shit.
Things are crazy.
Yeah, be careful.
Things are, well, I'm doing okay, but
you old bastard, you.
I am getting old. But that was Justin Timberlake's apology, and in case you missed our general gist, he can go fuck himself because that was barely an apology. I wish they would have thrown him in jail. But this is the problem. Like, here's the problem of the small town. They can't. You got to go through the process and everything and fight a dickhead lawyer. They don't have the resources to do that. They don't want TMZ and Entertainment Tonight in the town every fucking day. So they have no choice but to do something like that.
But why wouldn't they? Wouldn't that bring business and popularity to the town? And you have more.
They don't want. I'm telling you, man.
Traffic and stuff.
The bars there and the general store and everything, the delis, they want that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
the $1 million homeowners do not want that shit. They don't want a circus.
It's like 2-3 weeks. They could deal with for 2-3 weeks.
They're the ones who complain, dude. I'm telling you. It's like there's people trying to get entire airports out there shut down because once a day
airport is more of a permanent. That's a permanent thing. This is a couple of weeks of a trial that didn't even,
Yeah, but do you know how many planes fly into those airports? Like literally, it's like 4 a day. It's not a big deal.
I get it. But this is literally, it's over now. It's done.
Well, now
if I was in charge, anybody called me and was like, I'm complaining about the Justin Timberlake trial, I'd be like, wait till Friday. It'll be over Friday. You can go back to your life and you'll be fine. But what am I going to do? What are we going to do? Move it? You can't do anything about it. The trial has to take place there. Freedom of the press. There's nothing you can do about it.
But here's the other thing. What if they lose? You know what I mean? So it's like that's what they're up against. Like you got to have a lot of faith in your district attorney, which
but this was, I feel like, what were they going to, they weren't going to, even if they did lose, no negative press, it would have been fine. It was over.
No. That's an embarrassment that you can't afford to take.
Plus, I don't think they were going to lose anything. They pretty much, it was all cut and dry, I thought.
Not really. No, because you still have to approve it. You have to prove that the police, he didn't take a breathalyzer, so they didn't have that. They didn't have blood.
But then why did he plea?
Just to get it out, because he knew he did it and he wanted to get it over with.
Okay.
It's the kind of thing where like something goes missing in school and they're like, the teacher's going to leave the room. Somebody put it back on the desk. You know what I mean? Because it's like, do you want to catch the person who did it? Yeah, but on the same token, you want to just kind of just get on with business.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Just keep it going,
Right.
So there's JT, and he's proof that you can drive drunk, get a good lawyer, put a poor apology out there, and take grandma's pearls and move on with life.
That's the way to get through things.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, what's going on with Dave Grohl and his porn friend?
So lots of rumors swirling around about Dave Grohl. We talked about this last time. I saw that there was a super Foo Fighters fan, and she suspected that the one of the background singers, they were canoodling. Somebody had seen them canoodling.
Mm-hmm.
That was a whole rumor. The other rumor that was going around was that it was the person, or this is still a persistent rumor, that the person that he had the baby with is a friend of the family that the wife knows, that they're pretty close. Some people are also saying that he has gone off the rails since losing his mother and Taylor Hawkins, which that I can understand. Like, he's in a drug and alcohol fueled industry. I'm sure
Right.
when tragedy strikes, it can be a little difficult to handle.
Sure. I guess everybody grieves in their own way, but
Well, I think they're saying like, hey, it's not just this infidelity. He's off the rails. He's doing all kinds
there's
of
all kinds of okay.
Yeah, he's doing all that. That's what they're saying. Those are the rumors out there. So from that comes this story that he had a special relationship with a alt porn star. Now I'm going to ask you, Frank, because you're the porn expert on this show. What's
Right.
an alt porn star? What makes you alt?
I think if you go to a porn site but you hold the alt button on your computer, I think that makes it alt.
Control alt click on the
Control alt porn. I don't know what alt.
Yeah, I read this and I'm like, what makes you an alt? Like, because for a while it was like there was alt comedy. Remember, like, oh, he's an alt comic, and I'm like, I don't know what that
Is. It funny?
Is it right?
What is alt? We're doing alt comedy then, because if it's not funny, then it's alt comedy.
Yeah, but that
Maybe
was
it's
like,
not porn.
Remember, like when Zach Galifianakis was coming up, it was like he's in the alt scene, and it's like, I don't know, like why? Because he plays the piano on stage. I mean, maybe that makes it. I don't know. I never understood the whole alt thing.
Okay.
But they call her an alt porn goddess.
Oh.
Yeah, and her name is Annalise Nielsen. And so they had a friendship a number of years ago, and I guess why this is all coming out. Grohl is 55, and Annalise is 40, and supposedly he used to go over to her house and hang out a lot.
Okay.
According to this report here, he got close to her. He visited her. She was in a house with other people. She had roommates, so he would send her money to pay bills. He would come over.
Roommates?
They were all roommates. Oh, they were all comics and alt porn stars.
It's just a big alt house.
It's a big old house. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's how we get this story, because one of her roommates, a guy named Tyler, comes home one day and he sees Dave Grohl laying, on the couch with her.
So imagine you walk into your house and there's Dave Grohl with a porn star on your couch, and you're like,
yeah,
my day just got weirder.
Yeah. Well, I just want to live inside Tyler's world where he's sharing a house with an alt porn star. I wonder what kind of situation that.
Does she take her work home?
I don't know.
You'd
be curious.
All right.
So yeah, he comes home one day and this was just prior to the pandemic. So 18, 19. And he comes home and there's Dave Grohl on the couch, and he says, and I quote here, "It was very weird. They were very close on the couch. I obviously knew who he was when I walked in. I felt uncomfortable knowing he has a family and children, and so I left," he told the New York Post. It was it was casually a thing the whole time we lived together. She would leave and go see him. She was going on tour with them around 2019.
So
Nielsen,
do we go ahead?
Go ahead. No, you go.
Do we think that this is the mother of the?
So they asked her, and she actually commented back. She said no. She said, I'm not the mom.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm not going to comment on our friendship, but nothing happened, and I'm not the mom.
Okay.
I don't know. But if you're friends with a porn star, like an alt porn star,
She's gonna give you alternative facts.
yeah, it's alternative truths.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, I have nothing to say except for that it's absolutely false. And
That's something to say.
yeah, that is something to say. Good. Chick's kind of hot too. She's got tattoos on her. I guess she started a site where like all the chicks are tatted up.
Okay.
I don't know why that's alt when you literally have people just like pissing on each other. Like I would say once we get into the bathroom stuff, that's you can label
Oh,
that
you got
alt.
tattoos? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Rookie.
We just pissed on that girl that we almost choked out over in the corner. You go over there with your rink and have fun.
What is that? What is that? A rose? Okay. Good for you.
Ooh, real rebel. That one's over there dressed up like a zoo animal.
She's just covered in God knows what.
It's neons. It's glow. We turned the lights off. She was glowing. The whole thing. She was covered in so much shit.
This was a weird 20 minutes we had here. Just saying. But you have fun with your tattoos.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a revolutionary thing at the time, but Gawker in 2006 labeled her the alt porn goddess.
Okie doke.
Yeah. The website, I don't know what the name of the website is, but the website that she started was described as an alt porn, alt erotica site with a lot of really, really amazing 100% exclusive pictures.
Amazing.
I got
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to meet the copywriter that came up with that. Well, it's really, really amazing.
2 reallys in that one.
Yeah, let's put 2 really so people know we're serious.
Right.
And exclusive pictures. Is that what our porn sites were in 2009? Pictures? I guess so.
You got a couple of JPEGs, and that's it.
Yeah. I guess that was it. The back in the days where you waited for it to load. It took 45 minutes to get to a nipple before
I think it's loaded.
Yeah.
Dial up.
Another source said that they were whatchamacallit. She had pictures. She had a relationship with Grohl for years. She would say he paid for all my bills. It's like, why are you telling us this? The source told the New York Post, who asked to remain anonymous. So I guess the point too, and the way I wanted to bring this up is because, you know, even though this is not the baby mama, we just lived in this world where he was such a sweetheart, nice guy, and maybe he's been. And I guess it's true. I don't know. I'm so dumb and naive. Like I hear this and go, "Oh man, he made a really big mistake once." When in reality, he's probably been fucking around on his wife for years.
Who knows? Yeah.
I mean, you can call me an asshole for that assumption. It is kind of a leap, but if you're ballsy, I feel like if you're ballsy enough to impregnate a woman outside of your marriage, put a press release out for it, put your family and children in that uncomfortable position, you know, of trying to like forgive you or something.
Yeah.
You probably have been comfortable with doing this for a little while.
This has probably been an issue for a little bit.
I would
wasn't
guess.
Your first, wasn't the first time that it happened.
And I don't know how you feel. Again, I'm struggling with this too. It annoys me. Like if it was like Tommy Lee, I'm like, all right, that guy's known for just laying pipe. Like I don't think he's like a, you know,
he's
like
got a different image. Yeah, I get you.
A different image. This guy was one of the good guys, you know. Like I remember watching. First of all, I've watched everything this man has put out because he's one of the great. Is there like do you hear a knocking? Is that him? Is that me?
That's
or
me.
You?
Sorry. I'm
okay.
Shaking my leg and the wire's hitting the thing. Sorry.
All right. Because I can't tell if my like daughter is hiding in the studio somewhere trying to avoid going to sleep.
It's a good thing you know where your kids are.
But I walked into my bedroom the other day to get undressed and go in the shower, and I'm getting undressed and I turn and one of my kids is just sitting in the corner of the room just looking at me. It scared the shit out of me.
Once they start doing creepy shit like that, do they talk to their friend who's like not there?
She does.
Oh
yeah, she does. But
you
know
catch
when
her talking?
Yeah, when you just think you're alone, and then all of a sudden you're not. It's very startling.
Oh, man, it's gonna turn into a horror movie.
Because I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I don't know if you do this, but I will catch myself. You talk to yourself, right? I mean, everybody talks to themselves. But I will catch myself talking out loud to myself sometimes.
Yeah,
like I'll just be like,
that's
I
normal.
gotta go pick up that thing later. Like I'll just be blurting shit out, and it's very startling when there's somebody just fucking.
Didn't think anyone was here, and they're just But like, did you ask what she was doing? Like, why was she sitting in the corner?
Yeah, it's always, what are you doing? Nothing. Waiting for you. Just
God. That's creeping me out, man. Your kid's seeing ghosts.
Oh, dude. You have no idea. 2 days ago, I was downstairs doing stuff. I go up to the bathroom. I'm sorry. I'm sitting down trying to go to the bathroom. She comes in the bathroom and sits down on the floor in front of the toilet, and it's just eye level with my testicles. I'm like,
okay,
we can't do this. I'm like, you have to get out of here. Like,
no offense to you, but that's the last place I would ever want to be. So I don't understand what possessed your kids to go.
When I go to the bathroom, that signals to my son it's time to go in this tiny room and start asking questions about Transformers.
Why don't you close and lock the door?
I'm gonna have to start. Like, they're just there. They're just like, in Mario Kart when you pick up the cloud and it circles around your little thing while you're driving at 100 miles an hour. That's what kids are. They're just always there.
Get off of me. God.
Always around. Going to take a dump, and my son's like, seriously, who do you think would win? Godzilla or, Optimus Prime? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then I'm like,
Optimus
Prime.
Gotta go Optimus Prime. It depends though, because I've seen different size Optimus Primes.
Yeah.
Is he huge? Is he like person size? I don't know. Give me
Michael
the huge
Bay
one.
Optimus Prime. Yeah, Michael Bay Optimus Prime.
Michael Bay Optimus Prime. Then I think he's got a shot. Take out Godzilla.
Yeah, that's my son's big thing now. He likes to pit fictitious characters against each other to see who would win. And then he'll go like this. He goes like, Dad, like, who's gonna win in a fight, King Kong or Superman? I'm like, Superman. He's like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, it's an opinion. I don't know.
Then why'd you ask me?
Yeah.
You wanted to see if you could get it right without him telling you.
Right. Well, his new thing too is like on YouTube now, people just this is what we're gonna start to do. We're gonna phase out the podcast, and we're just gonna start doing this. So people will just put these two beings next to each other, like Godzilla and King Kong or whatever, and then one of them will win the battle. Like it'll be like
with votes or something.
No. Like picture a video. The two characters move in like this, and then all of a sudden one disappears and one's the winner. That is it, and it's 39 seconds of just different characters coming in. And he watches this and goes, this person's more powerful than that person.
What picks the winner? Like what decides the winner?
Some dickhead, whoever the dickhead is who's putting this together.
It's not based on anything. It's
no.
Just, I choose this one.
No, it's Phil in Pittsburgh in his mom's basement going, now today I'm going to do Godzilla versus Superman. And he's just fucking.
Is it like action figures or is it like digital?
It's like pictures. They Photoshop them out pictures, and then there's like some weird background, and then they always put the worst music.
It's probably got 1 million subscribers too.
Millions. Because it's just, and you know what he does? He just watches the same ones over and over again. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We're trying too hard here.
Yeah, that's what I said. We're gonna phase this out. We're just gonna go, and I don't even know if it's a weirdo in Pittsburgh. It's probably just a computer now that's doing all of this stuff.
Can we start? We could probably start a thing like that. That'd be easy to do.
Definitely. As soon as we figure out how to do this podcast without having to do this podcast, we're gonna do it.
AOA.
Sounds like a conversation in Howard Beach. Hey,
AOA.
Did I have anything more on Grohl? He's not living with his family. Which shouldn't be a surprise, but kind of stinks.
Well, he didn't want to be their monkey wrench, so that's understandable.
How long were you waiting to work that one in?
I had that in the holster for at least 15 minutes since we started this whole thing.
Really? Because that felt like a nooner. It felt like you came up with that around lunch. And was
I didn't know what the topics were going to be. But as soon as I learned that was a topic, I was like, all right, I got to fit monkey wrench into this.
Yeah, and then there was another rumor. I think, who's the guy? Perez Hilton? Boy, is he not aging well. What an ugly bastard. and
Oh,
that's
yeah?
pretty confident coming from me. But
Hmm.
he's just like just a catty old dude. You know, he's just I don't
I don't
know.
even know if I know what Perez Hilton looks like.
Yeah, he's still coming up on my feet. But don't like Perez Hilton was so huge, and now it's kind of like, why isn't he just like running? Like why doesn't he have 100 million subscribers? I don't know how he fucking missed out on the internet, but
I
he's
don't know.
not as big as he should be, judging by where he was like back in the day. Like did he just get killed by TMZ and all these other,
Probably. I mean, everybody now is a
Yeah,
Perez Hilton. You got a camera and a podcast. You could be
yeah.
he's now dropping the bucket.
Like, isn't it amazing that ET is still around? Like, how is Entertainment Tonight still a thing?
It's a good question. I
You
guess
would've-
you have to be able to have, like, if you have that show or whatever, you also have to have the online component of it that drives everything, because I'm sure Entertainment Tonight is mostly they just throw stuff on the website, and I mean, I bet the least part of the least part of the show is the show.
The show
Probably-
itself.
Probably
Yeah.
all the effort goes into
Yeah, everything else.
posts and the stories on their website and whatever.
Everything's like that now. Nobody's watching it. That's why the Tonight Show got knocked down to 4 nights, because it's like, who cares? Just put out more clips that night. Doesn't make a
You
difference.
just need clips. Just
Just
clip it up.
clips. Yeah, everything is clips.
Mm.
So yeah, so Perez Hilton said that he's not living in his house, and and that apparently there was an affair going on. I guess his wife runs some business, like every rich person's significant other has like the business that they toil around with.
Mhm.
And I don't know what hers is, but she was doing it at a house nearby their house, and apparently he was using that to bang chicks too.
So it was it was their house, but it was like a side.
Yeah, like they
Kato,
were
like where Kato was staying.
like where Gato was staying. Yeah,
All right,
solid
got it.
callback, my
Pool
friend.
house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. I feel like I've been ignoring the live chat, and I don't know. It looks like it's been
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's been rolling. Looks like it's rolling.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Appreciate everybody joining us today.
Yeah,
Lots
it's good
of
to be
action.
here. All right, you're gonna have to help me out with this next one here, because for the life of me,
Yeah.
I don't know who Laura Loomer is. I know
I-
she's like an influencer, but
Yeah, I think she's just like an online troll, and she's very. She's like, there's Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then there's Laura Loomer, and they're both pretty bad in terms of like racist and ridiculous and awful. But I feel like they're trying to out bad each other.
well, we've got a feud now because Laura Loomer tweeted something, and Marjorie Taylor Greene said that's racist, and I was like, that's amazing.
What the fuck? Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, that's not the MAGA party. That's not what we're about."
Yeah.
It's like, you got Nazis holding you guys up. Let's pump the brakes on your virtue signaling or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene has said some awfully suspect shit.
Yeah.
And for her to be like, that woman over there went too far, I'm like, wow, what did she say? What did she do?
I mean, they're both pretty bad, but yeah. And now
you've
Laura
said
Loomer has been hanging out with Trump for the
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get
last
to that.
couple of weeks.
I'm going to get to that. But you said that you brought up Laura Loomer to me far more. I've
did?
heard Laura Loomer from you more than I've heard Laura Loomer from anyone else. And I don't know
I
why
don't think
or how
that's
that's
true.
possible.
I don't think I brought her. I don't remember bringing her up at all.
Yeah, you've brought her up a couple of times.
All
I
right.
mean, we've talked about her once or twice, and you've known
maybe.
more
I
about
heard
her
the
than
name
I
because
have.
you just go on Twitter. It's all, she's one of these far right nut jobs, racist and vile, speaking just awful things.
But what made
Yeah.
her famous? How did she get famous? I don't know what she's famous for.
I don't know. I think maybe she's even running for stuff or something.
She ran for office, I think, twice, and I only know that because Marjorie Taylor Greene pointed it out as to why she's so shitty, that why nobody likes her. Because she can't even. I mean, that's another great thing. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, she can't even win an office. I want an office, and look at me, I'm a full blown moron. Like, I have no intelligence, and I fucking won. How come she can't win anything?
Yeah, no, they're both.
But
both
what's her
real.
occupation? I want to know what she
don't
puts
know.
in on her taxes at the end of the year if she's
Well, let's see
paying
what
them.
it says on her stupid Twitter.
Yeah, what's her Twitter too? Because I just searched her and it looks like. Oh, wait, let me go to people here.
Okay, investigative journalist, founder of Loomered, host of Loomer Unleashed, America First. I don't know.
Okay.
She's very,
former Project Veritas. We just took them to the woodshed the other day, didn't we?
Did we?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh, it might have been on Wednesday when you weren't here. I fucking laid into some guy.
She's also a big 9/11 conspiracy theorist person.
Okay, that's another thing that Marjorie said.
Yeah, it's all bad, I think.
She just looks like I see. She's got like a Loomer Unleashed. Okay, so it's another douchebag sitting at a desk with a microphone and a camera acting like they have a show.
Something like that. From what I understand, she's just, she says some awful shit. I haven't researched her a lot. I haven't looked into a lot of what she said, but it's from what I understand, she's pretty bad.
But you think everybody's bad who's on the Republican side. Do you think there's a nice Republican out there?
I think John McCain was.
That was it. After McCain, it went down to 0.
I mean, point to one and we'll talk about it. Bring one up and I'll have the discussion. I guess there might be a few that are okay, but decent in the government, but I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Wrong.
We were looking for one of our friends. We were looking for you to say.
No, I thought you meant in government.
Who's Republican, who's not a bad person.
I thought you meant in the government.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, just in general. Are there any good Republicans?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But
all right.
I thought you meant representatives. That's why I said John McCain. I thought you meant that.
I thought you just said that because you just love John McCain. Like you loved John McCain.
I thought he was a stand-up guy, a American hero, decent fella, a decent person. Just a.
Can I tell you something?
Good person.
I thought he was the 5th member of Metallica. The way you were showering that guy with love.
And I just, he was just he had a good head on it. He was a good person, and he was like one of the few that I could point and go, this is a decent guy.
That's how I felt about Dave Grohl until he shattered my world.
All right.
So I hear what you're saying because, I lost a hero too.
Guy was a war hero. What do you?
Mine was a rock hero, so let's not act like that's less of a thing. That's still important.
He was a guitar hero.
You know what? You're having a good show. I don't know if anybody told you in the chat yet, but somebody should mention it.
Thank you.
It's been a good outing so far for Frank.
Preach.
I feel like I'm struggling a little bit. I'm not turning on the fastballs as much as I should be, but you're just.
And I'm barely paying attention.
You're getting them all in.
Poolside clipping. I was getting them all in before.
Wait, we didn't even do the Laura. Are you in a hurry? You got somewhere to go?
I don't know. I thought we'd covered Loomer Greene.
Well, no, I'm getting into the fight. I'm getting into the battle.
Oh, all right. Go ahead. Yeah. Go for it.
No, so Laura Loomer, she sends out this tweet that that was it. Like everybody, this was the tweet that made Marjorie Taylor Greene say, this young lady has stepped over the line. So let me pop it up for everybody on the old screen-a-rooski here. Kamala sent out a tweet. Here, make it bigger. There we go. So Kamala sent out this tweet. And this, by the way, what is that? There's a word, not cyan. There's a word for this. That brownish orange sepia. Thank you. How did not everybody have this sepia photo in their house of like their grandparents from
absolutely.
Like fucking 60 years ago? Just
how did you not? You have to have one of those.
And it's the same thing of like, it's funny though, because it's the same thing of like when you look at like old pictures of when the first cameras started coming out, how everybody's just like they're just all like, I don't know what to do here, like all the sepia pictures, everybody's just like, whatever.
You know what I like though? I like when you go to old film, like video, and everybody's like double the speed. for some reason. I don't know what that is, but everybody's like walking and all fast for some reason. They
Just
can't
like in
slow
Christmas
that down.
Vacation, it's always like,
Yeah.
or Babe Ruth rounding the bases.
Yeah, just slow it down. We're not in a rush. Play the video at normal speed. What are we doing?
Yeah. But look at this photo. This is Kamala and her family, and I don't know if Kamala's the younger girl or the older girl, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in this photo. Literally, the youngest little girl is the only one smiling, looking like she's happy to be there. Everybody else is just like, take the fucking picture, right? Let's move on.
They did that joke. Remember? Did you see A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Yes. Yes.
Because it was like in the 18 whatevers, and it was like you had to stand there for forever to take a picture.
Yeah,
who making fun of the people who smiled because you got to be nuts to stand there and smile. Everybody in old time photos.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when. I don't know what year everybody started smiling in pictures, but
when
this
they
was
were
before
fast, when it was a
Oh, I guess so. Right? Is that
yeah? Because you don't want to stand there like
and you get
for 10 minutes.
That's pretty funny. But like Frank, I don't know, you remember the old Howard Beach? We had this old trunk and there was a thing and there was like 90 pictures on it. And every photo was this, all my elder, cousins and grandmas and aunts and uncles. And none of them looked happy in any of the photographs. They were just miserable. It's
like, cause everybody looks uncomfortable and it's a wedding and everybody's just like, I just want to eat. And I got to stand here for one photo that takes 10 minutes to develop or whatever the hell.
Yeah. So Kamala puts out this tweet: "As a young girl visiting my grandparents in India, my grandfather, blah, 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 blah." Laura quote tweets it and writes, "If Kamala Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry and White House speeches will be facilitated via a call center. And the American people will only," boy, I'm going to give her a 0 for English, for grammar and punctuation. And your wife must be dying right now. she's probably looking at this like, this should be a lot more commas in this fucking.
At least 12 here. 12
yeah, we're missing 19 commas in 2 lines.
It's like one gigantic run-on sentence full
this
of
is how my kids write, and then this, and then that, and this fucking sentence never ends. Okay. The American people will only be able to convey their feedback through a customer satisfaction survey at the end of the call that nobody will understand.
What is wrong with what's wrong with this person?
I get the curry thing because that's an Indian spice. I understand that part of it. Yeah. I get the call center thing. Is that right? Because a lot of big businesses have call centers in India. Okay. I don't understand the feedback through a customer satisfaction survey at the end of a call. I don't get that part of it.
Well, isn't this just the giant racist stereotype?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't think we needed to point that out.
All right. Because I was like, because you were like, I get this and I understand.
Well, I
see your point here. No. I
see her point of like, good job. I see the link. I understand the stereotype that's leading to the racism. Well, first of all, I don't.
Well, at the end of like if you call Verizon, they go, can you stay on for a survey? And you take a survey. You never.
Yeah, but that's a business marketing thing. What does that have to do with India? Is my point.
Like I understand. I think you're trying to find intelligence in a really stupid tweet.
Well, I have a big problem with an attempted humor.
Well, that aside, maybe focus on the fact that she's
the racism bothers me this much. The lack of joke bothers me. That I'm right here. This is where I am with the whole thing. No, but listen, like curry is an Indian spice. Call centers, businesses have a lot of calls. It's like manufacturing is in China. Like, okay, but certain regions have certain things. The customer service feedback thing is not.
I don't know, man.
If I was in that room, I'd be like, I know you want to say a racist tweet, but let's rethink that last line because it really doesn't make any fucking sense.
I mean, you got some solid racism here. Let's get that clear.
The first 2 points are very racist and good. We're accomplishing what we're trying to do. It's that third one that I feel like you lose us.
Yeah, you nailed the racism here. You nailed it.
Yeah.
But let's try to make it funnier.
Okay, let's talk about the curry thing.
It's all bad. Yeah.
So I don't understand why the curry thing is an insult, because have you ever had curry chicken over some like white rice? It's fucking delicious.
Good stuff.
It's a little spicy, hits the back of your throat, gets, right.
You know what I'm into now? Tandoori chicken. You ever have tandoori?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, There's a place around here by me. They sell these chicken wings, tandoori chicken wings,
Mm-hmm.
and they do it
Good.
special. They do it boneless, so it's like bites, chicken bites, and it's just drowning in the tandoori sauce. And I'm like, oh my god, I could eat gallons of this stuff. It's so good.
Just pouring it out over your face. rubbing it
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that movie?
The dancer?
Flash
Yeah.
dance.
Flash
I can
dance,
just
thank
flash
you.
dance myself with that stuff. Aaron goes, it offends me as a comedian. That's a good Seinfeld reference, folks.
You're offended as a Jewish person? No, I'm offended as a comedian. That's one of the best episodes.
Judaism just purely for the jokes.
Yeah, that's one of the best jokes ever. It's a ballsy statement to say the White House is going to smell like curry. Like, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, she's, and I don't know if this is. I feel like I didn't really go deep into her tweets and stuff, but I'm sure
President Trump did. Hi-oh.
Hey, they've been hanging out a lot.
It's the other rumor. So, go ahead. You were going to say something. I don't know what you were going to say.
Fine. No, I just feel like she's come up a lot in terms of being awful. So, that's all.
Right. Like, when do we get the Laura Loomer saved the cat from a tree today? And it was pretty amazing. Like, there's no story like that exists, is there?
Exactly.
My thing is, and I don't want to get involved in the right versus left argument. Because, again, I don't care who you vote for. I don't give a shit,
I do. I'll say it every time you say it.
Frank cares. But, however, can we just be nice? Like, what's wrong with being nice every now and then? Like, you look, and here's the thing, I get it. Frank, you and I have talked about this. We talked about it on the show too. When does this podcast have major growth? When I say that what's her name died, right? What was the girl? The princess there, Catherine.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
You hated it. I didn't enjoy it that much either. When Trump got shot, we put the Bobby Baccala. Like, these are the only thing. Like, it's the world is built for negativity. It's and I blame. This is one of the things where I blame the social media networks because we can't help it. We are attracted to that kind of stuff, right? And that's what keeps people on these networks. So they reward the people who put that sort of content out in the world. That's why I think this girl is the way she is, having not known her.
Yeah, it's not a reward. It's because most of it will be. It's a reward because people get outraged and start commenting and going crazy in the comments underneath the thing that she said. So it's going to build up that popularity. So in a way, it gets rewarded in terms of comments and views and whatever. But in another way, it's bad comments and people viewing it and saying you're terrible.
But then it gets delivered to more people. So it's like,
No, I know.
It's the way of the world. So
yeah, it's like the snake eating its own tail. It's just you're doing awful stuff and getting that feedback of popularity.
I understand. Like, you start to understand why she only goes to one well all the time. Here's a tweet that she put out just a couple of hours ago where she said, President Trump released this statement on Truth Social confirming what I have told all of you for over a year now. I don't work for him. And there's the Truth Social post where he says Laura Loomer doesn't work for the campaign.
Okay.
However, there's lots of evidence to the contrary that she has been by his side consistently for quite some time. In fact, I'm going to show you a video of the two of them down in Mar-a-Lago that put up a lot of red flags for a lot of people. And then the other part of this, as I try and grab that video for you, the other part of this, Frank, is she was the last person on the plane with him going to Philadelphia, and that now this was confirmed from other people, his advisors who are pissed off that she's there are leaking to the press now that she was there, and she was the one telling him, you got to go after her. You got to be aggressive. You got to do what got you here, which everybody who's trying to get him elected and all the other just regular intelligent people like myself who says this is the way to do it, they're pushing him in the opposite direction. Stay on message. Talk about your economy. Keep it to your record. Tax cuts and drill, baby, drill. That's your message. Don't fucking say anything else outside of that. Tell people the world was better when I was here versus not. No matter how true it was, just repeat these things over and over again, and he can't do it. And so that was the other little tip for Marjorie Taylor Greene, that she was pissed that she's in that seat instead of other advisors, and she's giving him the wrong advice.
Because she's telling him what he wants to hear. That's what Donald Trump wants to do, and she's confirming it. So it's like, yeah, I'll keep you closer. Everybody who's telling him stuff he doesn't want, like, everybody before he was elected, everybody was like, he's going to change once he's in office. He's going to, you'll see, he'll calm down and he'll be more presidential. And then he didn't, because he's going to be the way he wants to be. And nobody's going to change him. Anybody who said, oh, you got to stay on message, don't go after her this or don't go after that, you're trying to stop him from being him, and that you can't do that.
Right.
She's confirming, she's enabling him to be himself.
Right.
And saying, yeah, you're doing the right stuff. You keep being you. That's what the people want. And it's so that's why he's keeping her close.
Which every person who has worked for him and been fired says the same thing. Those who rise to the top in Trump's circle are the ones that are just telling him what he wants to hear. I was watching this interview with a low-level staffer. I forget his name. It was nobody big, but he was saying how there would be meetings in the one, and he's still a Republican to this day. And the guy was like, "I'm going to vote for him again because I'm a Republican. I just want to vote for a Republican." But he was like, there would be meetings in the Oval Office, and Trump would just be like, "Do this and do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that." And then, the room of like 7 advisors, cabinet people, they'd go outside the room, and in that little room outside the room, they'd be like, so what are we really going to do here? And then they'd figure out another course of action, and then he would just forget. He would just forget it.
Just ignore what this crazy bastard is saying. We'll just do. Yeah. That's how is that a good presidential what's it called? Regime, whatever, term. How is that the way to run things?
What's funny is they were all like, it was the deep state and it was the Democrats and there were these people, but he was like, it was a lot of Republicans that were like, we can't do that.
Yeah, this guy's bad shit.
We can't do what he just said. We got to figure out something else. And they were just like, they would always say, we're going to revisit. We'll circle back. We'll get you the information. We'll revisit this in a couple of days, and they just never would. So that's what one. That's not another person.
You think if he loses, he's going to run in 2028?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. But I'm wondering what the loss looks like. What does that look like? What's that concession speech look like? Because the first time around,
it's going to be the same as the last time. There's no concession speech. We won, but it's all rigged. It's going to be the same playbook, guaranteed.
From where, though?
What do you mean from where?
Like, because the last time he did it, he was on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue telling everybody to go march down the block. Where does he do it now, and what happens after that? Like, I'm sure there's going to be some rioting and some shit going down. Like, does he do it in a public place? Is it down in Florida? Is it up in DC? Is it in New York? Like,
who the hell knows? But it's going to be. He's definitely going to. From wherever he is, for every time there's a mic or a camera in front of him, it's going to be, this was rigged, I was robbed, we won, no matter what the numbers are, no matter what the votes are, rigged, I won, she lost, how could this be, this is ridiculous, and that's the only way. He can never admit, he'll never concede, he'll never admit that, well, I guess I just lost. He'll never say it. He'll never go, well, that's, I guess... they just America wanted her more than me. He'll never admit that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think he'll blame JD.
He'll blame whoever he has to blame. It's never his fault. It's never I ran a bad campaign. Maybe I should have did this. Maybe I should have did that. Or this was a free and fair election. He'll never say any of that.
You know, it was hilarious. I heard a clip of him today because he's doing a lot of interviews, and he was like, she had the questions. Clearly, she had the questions. You could hear it in her answer. She knew the questions before, you know, how she answered. You know, she just knew what they were going to say beforehand. And I'm like, yeah, that's prep.
Everybody does. It's the same shit. It's abortion. It's taxes. What's it called? Healthcare. It's the same topics all the time. Do you know the questions beforehand?
I said that on Twitter or Facebook to somebody, and there was no retort. It's like, because they've been the same. Somebody will have the time. Phil in Pittsburgh, you know, they can put a super cut together of all the presidential elections from the last 25 years. They'll be all the same exact questions.
You know, there might be a question about the war in Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, because that's a big thing that's going on. Right. They're not going to ask you about the littlest thing that doesn't matter. They're going to ask you about the big topics. But still,
that's the war du jour. It was Iraq before that.
Exactly.
It was, going all the way back to
questions.
Vietnam. Yeah.
These aren't, I feel like Miss America has tougher questions. You ever see those? There was what's his name? John Oliver did a whole thing on Miss America, or all those pageants, and they asked these questions of these women, like, how would you solve
right?
Like, you want me to solve world hunger or the wars or whatever in the 30 seconds that I have right now? Okay. So those are tougher questions than, what's your healthcare plan?
I agree.
So,
yeah, I agree. It seems like just batshit crazy. And then people are still going on and on about all right, I can't get into this. We can't rehash. So here's the last part on Laura Loomer. Now we're going to move on. Here's the, and thanks to James at JDTGLR. This is the video that everybody keeps circulating of the two of them. Look at his hand around. Look at that.
He doesn't have his hand around Melania that much.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Like, he's brought her in real tight. Looks like there's a lot of comfort there. You
never see him getting that close with Melania.
People are telling me, but I hear people say, and again, I don't know if this is whatever. Like, what does this say? Rumors here. Oh, this is what this guy is saying about the rumors. They're saying that because Melania's primarily been in New York. He's primarily down there. Now she's down there. Do you imagine if he's banging this chick?
Well, come on. We all know Frank. He would never cheat on his wife.
Frank, could you imagine I've never wanted anything so much in my life than I want this affair to be true.
And come out publicly.
If it came out that Trump's just catching blowies in the fucking Oval Room down in Mar-a-Lago that he had built while he's running a campaign to try and come back, it would be could you imagine the views and the downloads? Like, it would just be.
Oh, you want it to be just for the podcast.
That's all I ever want. That's
your whole motivation.
My whole life, my whole lens through I almost want Trump to get elected for the podcast, for the views.
No.
Just to watch you slowly just turn over 4 years.
Watch me age 40 years in 4 years.
Just get a super clip of you. You know what he fucking said today? All the crazy shit.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nuts.
Oh, I just wanted to come out so bad that he's banging Laura. I mean, I got a little mad at her too because I saw a couple of pictures of her and I was like, oh, this chick is hot. And then I got like a closer look at it, and I'm like, "Holy shit, she is bad lighting out on the porch."
That's good.
She is not attractive at all. Not at all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I just want that to be true, that he's banging her. I mean, he's got to be banging her. Look at that. He's down there. He loves the attention. Like, you don't think he still wants to, bang?
He loves everybody who's kissing his ass, and this person is kissing his ass big time.
She just knows how to get. She got in by kissing his ass. Now she's
All
kissed.
you have to do to get close to him is just kiss his ass, and he's your best friend. You're his best friend.
I hate to look at the world this way because I really, despite all the negativity, I'm a fairly positive person.
Don't let Donald Trump's way of life make you think that that's the way the world works. This is the way Donald Trump works.
No, but I feel like, I just feel like they're using each other, and there's going to be like, he's got a, if his wife is away, he's got all this pressure on. Like, I can't help but think he is fucking somebody. He's got to be having
he's
that
fucking
outlet.
America. How does he have time to be with anybody else when he's too busy screwing the country? Zing!
I walked right into that.
You did.
He's got to be fucking somebody. Yeah, the American middle class, asshole. Wake up.
Yeah. JD Vance has a couch. Trump has the country.
But realistically, could you say with confidence, no, he's not banging her? Like, you hear this,
I can't.
right? Like, you hear the scenario and it's like, of course he's fucking her. Like, of course. There's no planet. There's not even an alternate universe where they're not fucking. Like, it doesn't exist.
If Kamala Harris had George Clooney with her at every rally and was, I wouldn't even think for a second that they were hooking up, or whoever.
Yeah.
Because you don't think, but with this guy, he's a sleaze. He's a giant sleaze. So that's not far-fetched.
And then could you imagine if he wins the presidency and brings her into the White House, what the White House is going to smell like then? I mean, I can't even.
I don't want to go down that route. Yeah. How will his,
Thanks, Aaron, for the line. That was a good line. Your wife liked that line.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. But how, I mean, it's unbelievable that, like, now if this comes out, if you get your wish and that comes out, how will it look amongst his, he's a Christian, he's a family man, he's okay. I mean, they'll probably spin it in some way that's like, oh, she was chosen by God. That's what it was. Laura Loomer was chosen to be with him because Melania wasn't the right person.
They would blame it on Melania. They would find a way to blame it on Melania.
Exactly. No, Kamala Harris, something, the deep state, swamp.
Yeah.
It's just muddle away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I would just love a cheating scandal going into this. The only thing this election doesn't have is a fucking cheating scandal. Yeah. But I hate to keep repeating myself, but it's true. There's no scenario that you could write where they're not fucking each other or he's not fucking somebody else. She's just not down there enough.
Right.
And the amount of traveling he is doing, like, you look at Dave Grohl and you're like, God, can anybody be faithful on the road? Like, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know, man. Yeah. And again, it's one of those things you look at Trump and you go, yeah, probably. That's what's happening.
How could it not be? He's done it all his life.
Yeah. It's not beyond him to do that.
And take her out of it. People are just attracted to power and attention. Like, you're going to get a lot of people to exchange some of their morals for that bit of spotlight. You know what I mean? So when you have somebody who can make a tweet like that, now you've got no morals making those calls, so
I hear you.
Seems crazy. The whole Curry line, I don't really get how that's an insult,
Yeah, she's just.
It's like when I know people throw these slurs around when they're like, "Oh, you're Italian. Oh, what your house smell like garlic?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's heaven. What the fuck is your problem? It's delicious.
What's going on? What's wrong?
Was that meant to take me down a peg? Because I feel great about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right, we're ready for game time. As we do that, we'll do this last story here of the podcast, the poolside clipping. So this woman went crazy viral on TikTok. Frank, I'm attracted to these stories when they go viral on the TikTok. She's out on vacation. She's poolside. She's got her book open, cocktails, sunshine, loving life.
Was the book oval?
It was, yeah.
Written by Erin.
Right there. There you go.
Robin, thank you for putting the link in the chat.
There's the mom reading fucking cocktails, having a great time. She hears snip, She looks over, and the man on the lounge chair next to her is clipping his toenails
Oh,
right by the side of the pool.
dude.
Wait for it. She then says, she's clipping away. You know how they put the towels down on the chair, on like the lounge chairs? They'll throw the towel down for you.
Yeah.
He like fluttered that out to get all the toenails off.
Oh.
And they just went all over the floor.
Where this was at a pool at a hotel?
Yeah, at a resort. Yeah, she was off on vacation.
What are people what do you get what the what I don't how do you think that's like you think all right, this is a great idea. I'm just gonna do this by the pool in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna have a problem with it and it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Clipping toenails is one of those things I feel like it's exactly like wiping your ass. Shouldn't be done in public. Nobody should watch you do it. Right? Nobody should witness you doing it.
Right. Agreed.
Now,
Agreed.
I'm not, this is another weird thing about your old pal Aunt. Here comes an overshare, everybody. We're married. We'll go to I go to the bathroom. I don't care if she walks in or out, but I will tell her, like, I have to wipe my ass now. Like, you have to go.
You can't see this.
You can't see this.
This is gonna get nuts really quickly.
And I got to be honest with you. Again, we're in the trust tree. I'm being very honest. There's nothing weird about it. I do the thing. I wipe. It goes the right direction. I sit down.
Right.
There's nothing.
We get how wiping works. Move on.
My point is, there's nothing weird about it. I just don't want her seeing me in that vulnerable position. I can't live with it. I don't think
I know exactly what it is, and it's gross to say, but I know it's when you arch your back. You don't want your wife to see you doing this.
No,
I get it.
It's like here's the closest public version of that. When you kneel down to tie your shoe and your friend just gives you that little tap and you just fall right over. Like that's what you feel is you're just that vulnerable.
We did that today. I'm not sure I'd get up. Just leave me here. Ain't moving.
You know what I think about sometimes? And I'll say to myself, that was so fucked up. Old porn, yeah. Ass wiping. No, when we were in grammar school, and you do that whole shtick where somebody would run up on on all fours behind somebody while the other person just walked by.
Gets pushed. Yeah.
I'm like, that was so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing
Person
ever.
could have hit their head on the ground.
Concussion, all this shit. We were doing it 3 times a day in grammar school. It was crazy.
It was bad news.
Or pantsing. Remember when pantsing became a thing where people just yank your shorts down in the middle of the fucking
messed up in the
it's
gym
so
class.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It's so horrible.
The best was grammar school. Whenever you saw one of us with our sweater around our waist, you knew that you ripped your pants.
Ripped your pants.
Because those school pants, you bought them. They were not the best quality stitching, I guess.
No, they're not.
And it would happen at least once a week. One of us would rip our pants. And
that was the international language for I ripped my pants. Yeah. I went down too fast, Had dodgeball slide.
Yep, and then we all had sweaters. You tie that around your waist, and that's your day.
Yeah, totally. All right, our day has led us to a game time. I believe we have a blind top 5 for this episode, Frank. You see, Erin is here. I'm excited.
Love it.
We do. And thanks for topping yourself every time I come on to be like, what's the most disgusting thing that we can talk about before game time? It's just so funny. I'm always following, but I'm like, when I saw the breakdown, I'm like, surely I'm not following toenail clipping, right? And I was wrong. I was following ass wiping, but I'm here and that's why I'm happy. Thank you for letting me be part of this. So it's a big one, but we don't have to spend a lot of time on them for those of you who are feeling sleepy. It's a 12. So if you could number your paper 1 to 12.
All right.
Got it. You sound like $1 million right now, Erin. Did you get a new phone or something?
Yeah, I did. Is that a joke?
No.
We did get new phones. Yeah, you didn't know that. We got new phones.
Sounds beautiful.
Does sound like crystal clear.
Yeah.
Frank, you're hearing the difference too, aren't you?
I am.
Okay. iPhones, or did you go back to Samsung?
Samsung. But from a Samsung 10 to a 24 to show how old the phone was before.
We missed a few generations.
Did you trade your phone in and they took it, put it right in the museum?
They wouldn't take them.
Oh, they wouldn't even take them. They're like, those are toxic. We can't be.
This is
right.
actually what happened. I dropped my phone and the volume buttons fell into the phone. Well,
Right.
one day my phone said, there's no SIM card in here. I'm like, there's a SIM card in here. I think just the volume button knocked it out of place. And then Frank was like, we got to get a new phone. Like,
Yeah.
your phone doesn't even recognize your SIM card anymore. I couldn't make calls or text.
She was unable to function as a phone anymore. You couldn't make any calls, couldn't receive calls. The volume was, you couldn't you couldn't do anything on the phone anymore. I was like, all right, it's time.
I was like, it's still good. Frank's like, get in the car.
Let's go.
It's time. All right, good. Okay. Blind top 5. Go ahead.
Friday the 13th made me think about how we place things in spirit, in days and stuff. So basically, this blind top 5 is the zodiac. These are the top words associated with each sign. I'm not going to tell you the sign. I'm just going to tell you the word, and you say from 1 to 12 how much that's you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we're gonna get a word, a descriptive word that applies to
Each
a
zodiac.
sign, a zodiac sign. But we just have to. We're not gonna know the zodiac sign. We just have to say if the word relates to you or not.
If it really describes you, put it at 1. If it really doesn't describe you, put it at 12. And then when we're done, we'll see if you got your zodiac sign close to the top or whatever. Cool?
Sounds
Gotcha.
good.
Okay.
Okay. So number 1 is spontaneous. No plans needed. Wandering spirit. Nonconformist. If that's you, put it closer to 1. If that's not you, put it closer to 12. This is the top word associated with one of the zodiac signs, but you won't find out till the end unless you really know your stuff.
Now you started to wait. Are these all one sign?
No, this is
Okay.
one of the signs, and there are 12 of them.
Which you started to make the joke earlier that it's Friday the 13th.
Mm.
We got 12 on the 13th. I like that. Okay. Spontaneity. I don't know why I had to point that out. I
Yeah, I
just
don't know
felt
what
like
that
she
was
was going
about.
towards a good joke, and I didn't want to not get it out there to the world. Spontaneity is one of those things where I have it, I do it, but never as often as I want to be doing it.
Yeah, it's one of the things. I got to plan. I got to plan it out to be I got to plan to be spontaneous.
Right. Or now, do you have a problem with spontaneity? Because I
don't have a problem with it. It's just it's not as I'm trying to think of spontaneous thing. I put it at 10 for me.
10. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not as I guess we plan. Good amount of planning, and I have no problem being spontaneous. I just
got to plan for it.
You got to plan for it, right? You got to plan ahead a little bit.
Okay. Let's hold up our lists right now, you and I, the both of us together. Let's see who spelled spontaneous worse. I know I'm not even close.
Well, you're missing an N. Spontaneous.
Good point. All right. So I guess
think I nailed it.
I won this one. You got it right. I was not even close.
I think I nailed it. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
Any chance Cuddles is playing?
No, Cuddles was here and then she left. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all over the map in the chat, by the way. Yeah.
Oh.
So we got a 10 from Shenanigans, 7, 7, 6, 7, 3, 1, 5. So a little all over the map with spontaneous. All right.
It is. It's one of those things where I feel like everybody feels like they were. I feel like when I am spontaneous, I'm great at it. It's just I don't
the opportunity
do it
to be the opportunity to be I don't know, to just do it depends on what it is. Like if am I spontaneously going to get up and get a snack? Maybe.
Can I make a point here?
Sure.
It's always good.
True.
I don't think anybody doesn't enjoy their own spontaneity.
Sure. Yeah, you just decide to do something cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, we're going to here's one of my favorite things. Let's go to Philly for a cheesesteak. Let's fucking drive 2.5 hours just for a lunch item we can make in our own kitchen.
Have you done that spontaneously?
Spontaneously, no, but I know people who have, and it feels like the most exciting thing in the world.
You just drop everything.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. You have to, because in that moment, you got to think, well, am I free the next couple of days? Can I do this logistically, like practically?
Mm-hmm.
Can I actually drop what I'm doing and just go? It's not an easy thing.
No, and I would love it. Think about this. What if somebody you like calls
Right.
you at 11:30 in the morning, goes, "Hey, going drinking today. 20 minutes, meet me. We're gonna have some drinks in the daytime." Tell me that's not a fucking thrilling, like,
That's
you're not
fun.
like,
But
fuck yeah, we
see,
should do this.
that sounds good, but it depends on the day. Like, is it a weekday? Is it like a Saturday?
No, but that's the point. That's the point. You drop it all to go. You're
See,
spontaneous.
Yeah, I got you.
You know? All right, Aaron, I don't want to, I don't want to crush the whole thing on the spontaneity, but you started off with a good one.
Thank you. Okay, the next one is perfectionism. If you want something done right, call you. Does that sound like you? Does that not sound like you?
Yes. Yes, that's me. I'm going to put that at number 3. I have a problem with perfection. Somebody said to me the other day, perfection is the enemy of completion, maybe. I don't know. I wrote it down somewhere. I can't remember where. But I was just like, oh,
that's so perfect of you.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, I love that. That is so true. Because you can really work on something so much.
And it's never done. Yeah.
It's just never done.
I'm all for perfectionism. And I'd rather do it myself but when it's something like that I have no clue, I'm not like, I'd rather a professional. Like if it's electrical work in my house.
Yeah.
I'd rather a professional do it. Like I'm a perfectionist on the things I know how to do.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
But I was going to say that's what makes it worse for you and I, because hey, do a funny show. Hey, write a joke for me. Hey, voice this commercial. These things are not things that you can just dole out to other people.
Right. It's things that you have to handle yourself, because you have to make sure that it's done right.
It's got to be done right.
Yeah.
It's got to be done right.
So I got it at 4. So I'm pretty close to who we use it. Where did you put spontaneous?
8.
8. Okay.
Yeah, I put it 8. I had a half-hour conversation with somebody on where we should cut a TikTok reel, because I'm like, this isn't hanging out there long enough for it to be funny. Like, I was trying to explain this to the person who's
comedic
worried
timing
about it being, 47 seconds versus 46. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. I'm like, it has to hang there for that extra half a second. It's a fucking half-hour argument over it.
Amateurs.
How do you explain timing to somebody, though?
That's one of those things that you have to, you have to learn and pick up, or it has to be part of how you function. You have to have that timing. There are people that have it naturally, and there's people that learn it. Or there's people that, I think there's 3 categories. You have it naturally, you learn it over time, or you just are bad at it. You don't have it. So, and you gotta, it's something you can pick up, I think, but the natural ones make it look so easy.
See, the thing about timing is,
I hate you.
You either have it or you don't.
I hate you so much. All right, let's go. What's the next?
Come on, Aaron. You gotta put a stop to this. You can't let this tomfoolery go on.
Anthony, I know the quote you're trying to say, but I can't think of it. But my sister on her laptop has a quote that says, "Don't let the good get in the way of the done," because she spends too much time on things. She's a perfectionist.
Yeah, that's great
way to put it.
It's shorter than but I know yours, and we'll figure it out later.
It's such a hard. I'm sorry, Aaron. It's such a hard thing though, because you're like, when you do spend a little extra time on something, and then you're like, fuck, it's really better. It's that much better. Like, you can see the progress in it. It's hard not to go back on it. Anyway, but
it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah,
it doesn't always work out that way. All right. The third word is courageous. Embraces challenges and you don't let setbacks get you down. Man, I'm mixing tenses with this thing. If you embrace challenges and don't let the setbacks get you down, this might describe you, or it might not.
Okay.
Courageous. Am I courageous?
Like a true courageous person, I'm going to go ahead and tell you fast. I'm putting this at number 1.
Wow, someone has a high opinion of himself.
Very high opinion of myself. I feel like I'm courageous. Now, what's interesting about this is I don't think that makes me better than anybody else. I just don't give a shit about failure. I think that's really all you need for courage, is to just not give a shit about failure or what other people think. And
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like my 12. I'm just not. I like things when things are easy and setbacks get me down for days.
We
So
should
good for
hang
you.
out more. You should let me. Yeah, I got to
Subscribe
more-
to the Anthony School of Life.
Yeah, because I could remember sort of those key moments. There was not one, but I could remember those key moments, and a lot of this came much later in life where I was just like, I can't be bothered with this. I can't carry this burden anymore. And when you put that down, you feel it. You feel the difference, and I don't give a shit what you think.
Well, I don't know if that's. I mean, is that describing courageous? The I don't give a shit what you think thing. I thought of courageous as, just the balls to do something.
Well, that's what it gives you. It gives you the balls to do something. When you don't care about failure, you could go out and do anything without fear.
Right.
There's nothing you don't want to try.
I got a 3. I think that's a good amount of courageousness.
Can I tell you something? I don't think you're showing courage putting it at number 3.
Shut up.
I think any courageous person would put it at
I just don't want to get errand. I feel like there's going to be a, if someone says funnier, if one of the Zodiac things says funnier than Anthony, I'm going to put that on.
Shit, you see, you see, smarter. If smarter's on here, you should put that high on the list. All right, Aaron, this is a fun little list.
Okay, next up is funnier than Anthony. No, I'm kidding. Next up is
Yay.
the word is outgoing. You attract people like a magnet and enjoy gatherings.
See, I think I'm pretty outgoing.
You're very outgoing.
I'm gonna put that at number 2. I think.
Me too. Yeah,
because I can talk to anybody. I'll sit there. I'll have a conversation, and I think that's I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's good.
Lindarell, you may think of James Hetfield when you hear courageous, because I think he kind of looks like a lion.
He does look like a lion.
He does.
But you might think of it for other reasons. But that might be the neural pathway you're doing. No, not that one.
No. Like his dad is Mufasa lion.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I like the outgoing thing. Again, I feel like, Frank, your profession has given you that because you know what it's like to stand in a parking lot in front of 3 people.
Yeah, 3 people and yell at them in a microphone. Hey, come on in and buy this car.
There's a Honda in here, everybody. We got to get it. If it's fucking marked down, you're going to love it. Let's get in here.
Why else are you here? For a T-shirt?
Yeah.
Get in there. Get your Honda.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. You're not gonna
don't blow your load this weekend though, because next week we're going over to Chevy and they got hot dogs. So really, just things are gonna get better. Hold on to it because we're gonna hit new heights.
All right, number 5.
Number 5 is loyalty, nurturing, steadfast, and true to the things and people important to you.
Loyalty.
I'm gonna put loyalty at number 4. I feel like I'm a loyal person.
I feel like I'm a pretty loyal person as well. See, here's my conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1 spot open, and then the next one I have is 5. So do I put loyalty? I don't know if I want to put loyalty at 1 or 5.
I put it at 4. I think you can put it.
Yeah,
I think it's a
5, right?
It's a mid-high number here. Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm pretty loyal. I'm not going to be. I don't turn on people. I don't think I've ever. When am I ever disloyal? It's hard to point at something like that. I don't think I have. I don't think I've been disloyal that I can remember.
No. There's 2 people, literally 2 people I do not talk to. Maybe there's more. I don't know. There's 2 that I can think of. And one of them is a person that I don't talk to because, well, for many reasons, but also because they stopped talking to Frank. And I was always amazed by how do you have a problem with that guy? And
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. I think he's still a nice guy. I think he's a nice person. I have just still no problem with him really, other than we're just not good at being friends together. But I remember you not being friends with him and thinking to myself, I don't know if I've ever seen this before. This is not something that happens all that often. So yeah, you are very, very loyal.
I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And yeah, I try to be as loyal as I possibly can.
Do you have anybody that you just don't talk to anymore that you won't talk to?
There's people that I don't get along with, for reasons that it's not like, they were my friend and then blah, blah, it's.
I thought of somebody actually, but you were rightfully so. You weren't treated nicely by that person.
So it's different. That's a different thing. That's not a loyalty thing, I don't think.
All right. Well, I slid it in at number 4. Did you put it at 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Okay. Could have put it farther down on the list. You like it though. You feel very. Yeah. You.
I feel like I'm a loyal person. I don't think I'm disloyal.
A lot of people think they're loyal. A lot of 2s.
It's good. It's good to be loyal.
Look at all these deuces. Trace.
Yeah, 2, 3. There's a 1.
Sarah and Erin have been vibing. I feel like Erin's been vibing with like a lot of people lately.
Actually, Sarah said earlier, I think it was Sarah, she said that she had the S10 and then she got the S24 and didn't opt for the Plus, which we didn't. So that was
nice.
Crazy.
You guys should take a blood test. You might be siblings.
That's weird.
Oh, Sarah. Very nice. Okay, everybody ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I think so. Number 6.
Okay. 6 is romantic. Deep sense of intuition and empathy, sensitive to vibes and energies. I feel like that's cuddles, but that's just me.
Give that description again for me, Erin. I got to think about this.
Deep sense of intuition and empathy, sensitive to vibes and energies.
That's romantic?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because
Okay. I wish I could be more, again, with spontaneity. I wish I could be more romantic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think I'm good at some of those things, but not often. Not often enough.
Yeah, I run into the thing. Do I put it at? I guess I got to put it at 6. Because these are all good qualities, and you want to be all of these things, but
yeah,
I guess I.
Oh yeah, everyone's all of them to an extent.
Not the person Frank and I don't talk to anymore.
Ooh,
they're not all these things.
He's not romantic.
I'm going to put it at 10 because I feel like I'm not good. I'm getting I'll tell you what, we're getting personal now. Struggling with the romantic because the kids, I'm old, I'm fucking slow as shit. And like, it's just, there's so much to do in a day. I feel like that's one area where I could be better at. Romantic, even though I think I try with cuddles all the time, I feel like I could be better at it. I feel like, I don't know if you have this, Frank, but it's like, I'm just too tired. Like, you ever think of doing something nice for your wife and then you're like, all right, maybe tomorrow. I'm just so exhausted today, like,
it's, you just get, I got you.
You have that? I have that a lot. I feel like I'm having that lot of internal conversation with myself of like, I'll do that tomorrow. And then it's like, you've been saying that for the past 46 days.
I got romantic at right in the middle. I guess I put 6. Midway point.
Okay.
I don't know. You try to be empathetic and feel the feeling thing.
Yeah.
Right. Is that was the description, was to be
emotionally.
Yeah. That's tough. Like, that could be tough, and that could be exhausting sometimes.
No. But it's like an emotional connection with someone. I think I'm there-ish.
Let's find out. Erin, is he there? Is he romantic?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this isn't like candy and flowers. This is more like the philosophy of romantic, like the idea that you're more into the again, like not what you see, not the concrete, but
it could
vibes,
be
intuitions.
It could be a kiss on the forehead at the right time, that kind
right,
of shit.
Yeah. Emotionally sensitive to the other person.
Still, okay. All right, the next one.
Does Frank do that? Because I have a hard time thinking he does.
I've
Kiss
kissed
my
you
forehead?
Anthony, on the forehead.
I feel like Frank just walks around and goes, "You're looking a little down. You want me to put on a Metallica song for you? Can I get?"
I got the perfect Metallica song. This is gonna be great. Listen to the lyrics. Listen,
Poor Erin is
and
just sitting there
I'm like-
complaining, pouring her heart out on her feelings. She's like, Frank's like, I know. We're gonna go back to the Lightning album. You're gonna love it. This is gonna
right. Like James has the same feelings you're going through right now. James Hetfield has the same thing. He talks about this. It's in the lyrics. You gotta listen.
Just listen to the words.
How many ladies out there get unforgiven before their first cup of coffee? You raise your hand.
Oh,
All right.
you poor thing. You poor thing.
How many lumps of sugar? Unforgiven 1 or 2?
Oh, burn
All
skis.
right.
All right.
You
The
did
next
get him
one-
back though with the Taylor Swift stuff. This
That's
fucker is
true.
walking around singing Taylor Swift all of a sudden. I'm like, this is revenge.
I am the first person to admit that, and he's always very
Yeah.
because
I'm
it's
always
just
on board with Taylor Swift.
always he's very good that way. He's listened to some Taylor definitely when it's definitely time when he wants to go to sleep. So it's fine. It all evens out. That's
Listen,
marriage.
Frank, I'm going to
Yep.
give you romantic,
Oh, no.
loyal, and courageous for your love for Taylor Swift. All of a sudden, you went from Metallica rules to also Taylor Swift is good just for this woman right here. So
Well, you can't deny. Well,
that's
sure,
love.
but you can't deny Taylor Swift's, what's it called? Just abilities and talent. I mean, okay, I guess we can.
You know who I like though is that Brittany Mahomes. She's good.
You're an ass. All right, what's number 7?
I have to.
All right, the next one.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to throw this in quick because everybody talks about media bias, but I did hear Fox News air that clip earlier today, and Trump. Do you know that's a real clip, right?
Yeah.
So Trump goes, "Oh, Brittany Mahomes, I like better." But if you listen to the real clip, there is a 6-second pause because he cannot remember that her name is Brittany.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just saying.
That's
You didn't see it on the show. I don't feel the need to point out all those things all the time. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Eric.
Google it.
7.
All right.
All right, the next one, Anthony, I think you might have. The next one is kind of coming a little close to what you thought courageous was, but I'll explain.
Uh-oh.
The next one is confidence, not big on doubting your choices, positive attitude, and you also take on the attitude that you can succeed if you try. So just confidence. But I just want you to know if it sounds a little close to courageous, I understand.
Yes. I love that. I love that. This is a fucking Stop it. Go get the book right now. Oval, everybody. Link in the description. This list is too fucking good. We are getting into it tonight.
Yeah, we're on the couch tonight.
This is
This is
great.
a therapy session.
I'll tell you what's funny about confidence is I write it into number 6, right smack in the middle.
Wow.
Where
I
it
got it at number
belongs.
8, by the way.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, because I'm always like, is this gonna I'm always kind of not doubting, but I always question my choices. I always go, is that in terms of I'm always like, oh no, what do you want to do? Or I don't make a lot of confident decisions. I feel I'm always kind of like on the fence with stuff, and
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm the same way, I think a little different from what you're describing and I think this ties actually, Aaron, into the perfection part where it's like, should we go A? Should we go B? Do I want it? Is A going to be better for me long term? Is B going to work out? It's very, and I do feel like I'm very great at confident. Again, to do this, I think you have to have an awful lot of confidence to you. But going back to that definition, Aaron, could you give that back to us again?
Sure. Not big on doubting your choices. Positive attitude. Sorry, I'm repeating the word attitude. Positive attitude, and take on the attitude that you can succeed if you try.
Yeah, see, I think those latter two we have, it's that first one read the first one again.
Not big on doubting your choices.
See, and I actually think that there's no problem with doubting your choices.
No, see, I'm my problem is the not being I don't think I'll succeed if I try that. The
Right.
last part of the thing is where
Right.
I lack a little bit because whenever I go, all right, I want to do this, but what's the, I don't know if if the outcome will be worth it. Like if, like I wanted to take up more, doing more painting and stuff like that, just as an example. Well, anybody gonna like it? Who's gonna, I'll just, I'm not gonna, I don't have confidence enough to be able to be like,
Right.
here's all my, I don't know. I just don't make those choices, those decisions, and have the confidence in them that I maybe should.
See, my issue with this one and why I put it at 6 is that first thing. It's that, doubt, because I got to be honest with you. I don't think the world questions their decisions enough, especially the younger generation. Like I see an awful lot of bold confidence coming from young people, and I'm like, you shouldn't be this confident. You're like, you're really making some fucking stupid choices.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be this confident. You should be doubting yourself a little bit more. You should be checking yourself a little bit more.
Right.
So that's why I'm going to put that at number
Before
6.
you wreck yourself.
That's right. Word up. DJ Shenanigans says, I already know I'm a mess. This list is just confirming.
Yeah. I mean, I am okay with the list so far. I feel like I'm going to get to throwing some curveballs here. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, we're getting into the nitty gritty with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
Here we go.
And I have my first 4 gone, and I'm spread out for the rest. You still got 1 open?
I got 1 open. I got 12 open. Let's see. I got 1, 7, 9, 11, and 12.
Nice. All right, here we go. What's next, Aaron?
Okay, next up is consistent, which is methodical, not a big fan of small talk or flattery. What you see is what you get.
Holy shit.
What?
I'm proud of putting courageous at number 1, but that you just described me. That's number 1.
Can you say it again?
Read it again.
You love flattery, but methodical, not a big fan of small talk or flattery. What you see is what you get.
Do you want to know the truth? I don't love flattery. You know what?
Oh, all right.
It depends on who it's coming from and where and how. Like if I feel like somebody's saying something nice to me just cause, it drives me fucking crazy.
And I'm sure that's what this one means. I'm sure that's what this means.
What was the word again? Because
Consistent.
So it means that you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of how it applies to the person. Like, I'm consistent because I don't like small talk and flattery.
No, if you are that, like it's supposed to be the main thing of this zodiac sign is that they're methodical, not a big fan of small talk or flattery, and what you see is what you get. Kind of like a little blunt.
You don't have time for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Blunt being, not with intelligence, more like the idea of like just let's cut to it. There are not a lot of surprises with this person, personality wise. What you see is what you get.
I got you.
Yeah.
And they're not about the frills and stuff. I don't know. Now I'm getting away from it. You know what I mean?
I got it at 7 because 2 through 6 are taken, and I have 1 open. I think I'm a consistent person. I feel like I'm not. There's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, is that what you're talking about? Like you're just very open and
get to the point.
This is who I am.
Get to it. Yeah, this is it. No time for small talk. Let's go.
Like the opposite of romantic. Like, though you don't get a lot of vibes or energies. It's like, no, I don't deal in vibes and energies. I deal in, what do you want?
Exactly. Just
where's comprehension on this list? Because I feel like you need to put it at 12. You're having a hard time with this one.
No, I just didn't get the connection of consistent. Like, I just didn't get the connection with the word and the definition. I just was like consistent in terms of but now I got it. I understand.
It's all right. I struggled with confidence. I had to read it 4 times. It's no big deal. We all have our moments.
All right. So then what are you leaning into me for? You dick.
I'm just making a joke.
Sorry, I laughed so hard.
No, it's fine.
That was not very nice. Sorry.
I put consistent at number 5. It's the highest I could. I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah, I'm there too with you.
I don't like to waste time. We were talking about this. Frank and I were working on some behind the scenes thing. Again, another thing that will probably fall apart and we'll never actually do. I had to talk to some people today for that, and it was like 5 or 6 minutes of just preamble, and I'm like, can we just get to the fucking point here? And I was a little rude about it. I was like,
I hate that. You're right. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, when there are when you used to work, you go to work and you have these meetings, and it's like it's a meeting that could take 5 minutes, but it's an hour because there's all this
Yes.
bullshit, and that annoys the shit out of me.
It's like, we know what this is for. Like, you want us to do a service, you want to reach our audience. Like, let's start to talk. Like, let's get into what this is going to take to get an okay from both sides. You know,
Right. Let's get down to it.
I don't give a shit what the weather is, wherever the fuck you are. You know, I don't care. So anyway, all right, we're only got 4 left, and I'm starting to get nervous because I'm having a good time with this list.
Yeah, what's going to land at number 1 for me? I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Well,
There.
is it going to be passionate? Passionate is deeply into the things that mean a lot to you.
Oh, is Frank passionate?
Mi amor.
I wasn't trying to influence. I was just trying to do a segue.
I just feel like, no, I'm just wondering for Frank, because I know he's into the things he's into, i.e. Metallica. But at the same token, I don't see you, like, I could see you're also nonchalant. So it's kind of like, you know.
It's a tough one. I see now I have 2 to 8 is filled for me, but if I could put passionate in there somewhere, I would put it, you know, because I can't put it any. The highest I can go is 1 or then 9. So I can't put it.
You think
do I put it at 1 or do I put it at 9?
You don't think it's a 1, though? It doesn't sound like you're considering it for 1.
Here's the thing. When I like a hobby, if we're talking about like a hobby, if I'm passionate about it, once I accomplish something with that hobby, I kind of move away from it a little bit. Not that I lose interest, but I go, all right, I've mastered. Not that I've mastered it, but I've done this. You know, like playing the guitar. I pick up a guitar, I play a bunch of things, and then I go, all right, I'm good for now. You know, I'm not going to be like, or painting. I've painted a few things, and I did that, and so that's done. You know, am I passionate about it? That's the thing. I'm jack of all trade kind of thing. That's the thing. Passionate doesn't mean passionate in the romantic sense. It means passionate in the
passionate sense. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you just right. So I would go 9 on that. I'm going to go 9.
Shit, that was incredibly intelligent and wonderful. You've made me doubt where I was going to put it. No, because I have that same thing. There are certain things that I'm maybe that's the difference between passionate and obsessed. There's things that I'm obsessed with, but like to your point, once I get it, I'm no, like, remember we were in this like stand-up phase, and we were doing. I did it once. I was just like, I don't want to do this every day. But what's weird is the passion for a laugh has not gone away. Like,
oh yeah, and your passion, you know, see, that's the thing. You could be passionate about a bunch of things, and just, you know, mildly interested in other things or whatever. It's like I'm passionate about things that I've stuck with. You know, there are things that I've stuck with that I'm passionate about. Like, and I said I used the guitar and I always go back to them: the guitar, painting, drawing, that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm passionate about that stuff. But like I'm confidently passionate about, you know, other things like my marriage, my family, my friend. You know, I'm passionate about things that I'm passionate about.
I think that's loyalty, though. I think it's more the hobby or the conquest of something.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I could put it. I would put it higher on the list if I could, but I got it at 9.
Lindarilla makes a good point.
Like Ant is possessed by Crocs.
Well, let me start here. You could be passionate about anything.
Oh. Like Ant is possessed by Crocs, but not passionate. Any color will work. See? There you go.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
But like,
do you go with any color with Crocs?
It is gray. It's just always gray. Yeah.
It goes with everything.
I don't buy more than gray.
Right.
But yeah, like I was saying, like that passion to get a laugh is there, but that passion to get a laugh repeating myself was gone.
Yeah.
That I realized left in me. And there's other things where I'm like, I want to do this. And then you start doing it and it loses its luster.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I have interests and I have things that I would, you know, like to do or whatever, but am I passionate about it? There's a handful of things, you know, but I think it's in a pretty good 9, maybe a little higher. I'd move it up a little if I could, but 9's okay.
I love that one. And that was poignant. That might have been
Was.
Frank's most poignant point ever.
I like making poignant points.
Yes.
I also like saying poignant points.
Fucking DJ Shenanigans is making me laugh. He goes, 12 is too many without a pen and paper to remember.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of them.
Yeah. All right. We only got 3 left, though.
Yeah. See, now I have 1, 11, and 12 open.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
One of you is going to like this one a lot. Okay, next up is balance, a sense of fairness and justice in all aspects of your life.
Yep.
Number one.
That's number 1.
Yeah.
That's why Frank saved one. I don't know how he did it, but he did.
I knew something was coming. I knew it. But balance, that's me. I don't know. I like fairness. I like the whole, like when I was growing up, I was like the peacemaker in my family. When people were fighting, I'd get in there and go, all right, let's put this aside. And it's justice. There you go.
You guys might be siblings.
Maybe.
There's a lot of exclamation points there from Miss Justice.
That's a lot. And I love the feeling of balance, of justice, of equal everything. It makes sense to me. Everything that whole concept just seems right. That's
I will say I feel like most Americans actually believe that's at the core of most of our beliefs. Aside from freedom, we do love a balance.
Yeah, and I feel like that's most people. I don't know, maybe not, but I like. I don't know, just things being fair and justice. That whole thing. Plus, that's why it's hard to make. I think that's how it's hard for me to make decisions because I see the positives in both choices.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to eat? Well, this would be good, but also this would be good. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So, classic Aaron move, says DJ Shenanigans.
I'm putting that at number 9.
And I think you're right. Bird said you guys are Libras. Correct.
I'm not.
I am. I think she meant me and Justice.
Oh. Miss Justice, are you a Libra?
I am a Libra, and that's the whole. The Libra's symbol is the scales.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I just got in my head. That's why I'm Libra. Libra like a Sunday morning. That's what's going in my head right now. I chose to say it instead of singing it.
It's a great yacht rock song.
Oh, breaking news. One of the best yacht rock songs. Taurus.
A Taurus.
Miss Justice is a Ford Taurus, not a Libra.
Ah.
Yes.
Bad
Interesting.
Gas mileage. I don't know about its gas mileage. All right. I have 11 and 12 left.
All right, Aaron, let's do this.
What do you have left?
11 and 12.
Okay.
You two are adorable. You're just adorable. Okay, the next one is philosophical, always wondering how things can be better. You're innovative and you light a light rather than curse the darkness most of the time. Always looking out for things to be better, how they can be better.
Man, I wish I could put this one higher.
What is it? Innovative? Is that what you said?
Innovative, looking to make
The
things
word
better.
is philosophical.
Philosophical. That's what I was. Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Forgot.
Yeah, I would put this higher because I'm always trying to think of ways to make stuff better. Like that's chapter 10 of my book. Remember, I like this always. This is the way I think there should be professional jurors. There should be this. There should be that.
Yes.
Like I have all these things. I feel like that's my philosophical side. I would put it higher if I could.
Was that the motorcycle I just heard?
No, that wasn't it.
Oh,
It should have been. He's been getting here later.
I want to echo your sentiment because I feel the same. In this moment, I feel like, here's where the list gets tough. Like all of these, you're going to want to have higher on the list.
Yeah.
That feels like what this list is. This list is personality.
Because they're all positive things.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like, well, I'm not I'm not this kind of positive, but I'm this kind of positive. But philosophical, I feel like that's more me than like spontaneous is number 10. Philosophical I have as 11. I'd put philosophical higher.
I like to think I'm positive. I'm not Justin Timberlake getting off a drunk driving thing wearing my grandmother's pearls positive.
That's courageous.
But oh, that's true. That is courageous. All right, last one, Aaron. We got to find out what is the last one on the list.
Okay, the last one is stable, responsible. People can rely on you, grounded, and practical.
I think we both landed at 12 on that one.
The universe aligned where it should have.
We are not stable people. No,
Not at all. Not even close.
No, I think that's a decent list for me. I mean, the list is great. The words is great, but where I landed is what I'm saying is I could rearrange these, but if that's the point of the blind top 5, you don't know where they're going to go. And what's
Okay,
gonna go.
give me the one that the overwhelming one that you would have put higher.
Let's see. Balance is in the right spot. That's one. The overwhelming one I would put higher. I guess philosophical I would put higher. I don't know. Maybe it's tough. I think everything else is pretty close. Maybe consistent. I might put a little higher. I got it at 7.
That's mine. I have it at 5, and I would have still put that one higher.
Yeah.
So let me tell you who's who. Now don't come for me. I didn't consult the stars and the Dead Sea Scrolls and all that stuff. I took 2 sources, and they all seem to overlap in these ways. So if you don't agree, I'll tell you the sources and you can fight with them. But I'll tell you what they are. So spontaneous, the no plans needed, wandering spirit, nonconformist is typically Sagittarius. The perfectionism, if you want something done right, call you, is typically Virgo. Courageous, embraces challenges and don't let setbacks get you down, is typically Aries. Outgoing, attract people like a magnet and enjoy gatherings, is usually Gemini. Confidence, not big on doubting your choices, takes on the attitude you can succeed if you try, tends to be Leo. Loyalty with nurturing and steadfast and true to the things and people important to you tend to be Cancer. Romantic, deep sense of intuition and empathy, sensitive to vibes and energies, tends to be Pisces. Passionate, deeply into the things that mean a lot to you, tend to go to Scorpio. Consistent, methodical, not a big fan of small talk or flattery. What you see is what you get, tends to be Capricorn. Stable, grounded, practical, responsible, and people can rely on you is a trait of Taurus. Philosophical, always wondering how things can be better, innovative, light a light rather than curse the darkness, is Aquarius, me. And balance, a sense of fairness and justice in all aspects of your life was the most obvious, as it is Libra.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that is interesting. Now, Franco, what did you say you were? You're
Libra, balance. I am a Libra.
And where did you put balance?
Number 1.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Now, Anthony, you are... The hell are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Passionate. Where did you put passionate?
7.
So you're not being a good Scorpio.
I don't know myself.
Some people actually in the chat said that their sign was number 1 for theirs, which is cool.
Get out.
That's pretty cool.
Look at that.
I got number 1. Bird. My 1 was my sign. Sarah nailed it. I'm a Cancer.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's really fun. I like that.
That's cool.
Sarah, is that a photo of you and your significant other kissing and holding up cans that say something? I don't know why. I'd love to know what's on those cans. That looks like a little theme thing. Are we announcing a wedding or?
Sarah, do you have your own poignant point?
Doesn't that remind you of a we just got engaged photo?
It's hard to see. What I'm looking at is the size of smaller than a penny, so I can't really see it too close.
Kind of close. Budweiser, our 2020 wedding.
Oh, there you go.
They say Budweiser. They look like custom cans to me.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
I don't know. That's really nice.
It's cool stuff.
Well,
great job with this one, hon.
All signs of the zodiac are welcome here and celebrated here. Everyone have a great weekend doing all these things. Be romantic and passionate and consistent and stable and philosophical. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, hon. Great job.
Great job. Great job, Aaron. Really nice job.
There you go. Pick up Oval today, folks. It's available on Amazon. You can buy the book like Anthony's holding or digital download. and it's available today. The link is in the description below. Also, Robin put the link in the chat. Appreciate that. Written by Aaron. So it's a wonderful book. Highly recommend it. Pick it up today. Great stuff. Your mic is muted and the music stopped. Other than that, great job.
Sorry, just broke everything. Everything just broke. Just knocking shit over. I was trying to pay you a compliment and say you were doing a good job as I was doing a horrible one.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Nice job, Aaron. I love this. And I'm going to obsess over this so the whole weekend.
Yes.
Try and figure out if we could be more passionate and balanced and all the things.
Romantic and consistent and loyal.
Yes.
All good qualities.
Wonderful qualities. All qualities you can enjoy more of next week right here, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the pod.
Right.
You guys have a wonderful weekend. Appreciate the support as always to all our members and our live chatters. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.